Hello, everybody. My name is David Sugarman, and I am the English teacher from David English Academy. What's the idea here today? We're going to be listening to me. I'm going to teach you a couple words in the beginning, and then I'm going to ask you a couple questions that you could use for small talk. And then we're going to go to opinionated questions, and you're going to hear me speak, and you're going to hear my opinions. So get ready, subscribe, hit the bell, and let's get started. So the first word I want to teach you about is the word ancestor. Ancestor is somebody in your family tree that was before you in the last generations, years and years and years ago. Okay? So for example, my father's grandparents, those are ancestors. Their parents, those are my ancestors. And their parents and their parents are my ancestors, the people before us. Okay? So maybe another question that someone might ask you is, do you know anything about your ancestry? Right? Do you know anything about your ancestry? Do you know anything about your family tree? Right? So those are kind of small talk questions that someone might ask you. And another word is descendant. So if you know what an ancestor is, okay, that means that you're the descendant of the ancestor. So maybe your brother, your sister, and your cousins, you guys all are around maybe plus or minus the same age. You guys are all descendants of your great-grandparents, of the great-great-great-grandparents from the family tree. So you're at the bottom, you're the descendants. And then the ancestors, again, are from before. So that's what we're talking about now, the family tree. Another word I wanted to teach you was brother-in-law. Brother-in-law, to me, it's very easy to remember, but people don't understand the connection between brother-in-law. So there's a law when you get married, right? And that law determines if you are married or not. So I'll tell you a little joke. I don't know if the ladies will like this, but I'm still going to say it. It's pretty funny. So before the husband and wife become husband and wife, they are just boyfriend and girlfriend. So the wife to, or the girl to the boyfriend is just the girlfriend, and her family, you know, the sister is just the sister to you. You know, it's my girlfriend's sister, and then the brother is just my girlfriend's brother, and the mother, my girlfriend's mother, my girlfriend's father, right? Okay? But when you get married, this is what happens. Her brother becomes your brother-in-law according to the law. Her sister becomes your sister-in-law. Her mother becomes your mother-in-law, and her father becomes your father-in-law. Why am I repeating this over and over again so you can get it in your head? But the question to you is, what about your wife? Who is she? She is the law. You understand? Anyways, it's okay. I'm married and I have a wife and I listen to her a lot. But sometimes, I like to do my own thing. But it comes with consequences, meaning maybe that I need to pay for something. I want to now teach you two other words. We have stepbrother and we have half-brother. What is the difference? Do you know? Let me tell you. A stepbrother we'll start with the stepbrother, is when a couple that's married, they already have kids, and then they get divorced and they go on their own way, and then they find other partners in life, and maybe it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and then they get married again and they get remarried. But the people that they married had kids before in their last marriage, but now because that they're married, now whoever, like their kids and these and their partners' kids, husband and wife, they all are stepbrothers and sisters within the kids. So the kids become a stepbrother or a stepsister because of the marriage, but there's no blood between them, meaning that nobody had another kid. Now, a half brother or a half sister means that these people got divorced and then they got remarried and then decided to have kids with their new partners. And therefore, from the marriage before, those kids now have new brothers and sisters, but they're not full because they're only half from the mother or father, and also from the new partner, the new husband and the new wife, and it's half and half. So pretty much what happens is the kids become half brother and half sister. Okay? That was a lot. Now, some small talk questions we can talk about when you talk about family are pretty simple. I mean, when you first meet somebody, you can ask them, how many kids do you have, right? Do you have any kids? Do you want kids? Sometimes people say they don't have any kids, and this is totally okay, but they might have a dog, which is their kid, right? People love dogs. So then you can start talking about their dogs instead of talking about the kids, You can literally, if you find out that people have kids, then you can talk about what school they go to, what university they go to, whatever it is. Maybe they're in the military. You're just going to keep asking them and asking them and asking them questions. And usually people ask about how old they are, and I'll give you a couple examples. One small talk question you can ask the person you're speaking with is, how old are your kids? How old are your kids? You can also ask, do your kids have any hobbies? Do they have any favorite activities that they like to do? You can ask them, what's the most recent thing you did with your family? What's the most recent fun thing you did with your family? You can ask them, how do you usually spend your weekends with your family? How do you usually spend your weekends with your family? You can ask them, are your kids more into sports or into the arts? Give them that question, are your kids more into sports or into the arts? And that will carry on some conversation that will get the person speaking. And now I want to show you a practice that you can do where you can really develop your English by asking yourself a question that's open-ended and then answering it. I'll give you an example when it comes to family, okay? I have a bunch of them. So for example, one question that's open-ended is, do you think families should have a meal together every day? Now, this is an opinionated question. I need to give my opinion on this. Do you think that families should have a meal together every day? I honestly believe that it's not so possible to do it every day. I do believe, though, that you can have a meal at least twice a week, maybe even 3 times a week if you really try. So it's all about the effort, and it's all about putting this into your schedule and prioritizing it. Now, should you do this? I think it's a great idea. And again, I don't think it's possible. But if you can't do that, I got a tip for you. I heard this from someone. Spend 20 minutes every day with your kid. It doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you're spending 20 minutes with them. That's full quality time, and you do it every day. That will add up. The kids just want to be seen and to be heard. And if they don't want to talk, it's okay, as long as you are in their presence. Presence means in their environment, in their circle there, in the energy there. Okay, the presence. I am present, meaning I am here in that spot. Now, let me show you one other question that can help you. Notice that I spoke for a while, and this is very good for me too, to be speaking this long. Let's go to another question. Another question that I think is interesting, I'll tell you. It's saying this. Okay, do you think the number of people getting divorced will go up or down in the future? Another opinionated question. Do you think the number of people getting divorced will go up or go down in the future? So, let me give you an answer. In my opinion, divorce is going to happen no matter what. And I think with all the distractions that are out there, with all the access we have on the internet today, it's very probable people will get divorced more. That's one thing, because they're losing morals and values, and they want what they can't have. So that's one reason why I think it will go up, because they want what they can't have. They desire what's over there. The grass is greener, right? On the other side. Have you heard that expression before? The grass is greener on the other side. Yeah, that's what they mean by that. Number two, I think it's going to increase to go up because the loss of morals and values. Again, I think religion is dying out, unfortunately. And I think people should get back into God a little bit. People have lost belief, and therefore there are many, many distractions, unfortunately. And the distractions and the less belief in some kind of almighty is also jeopardizing, meaning like putting things at risk, especially the marriage at risk. And this is my second reason. And then a third reason is maybe the economy, the government, the crises that are going on in the world. These all can affect a relationship. So now, you saw me speak. You saw me talk. And now you are listening to me. Listening and listening and listening will help develop your English. It really will. So today we did a lot of different things. We learned some vocabulary, ancestor, descendant, brother-in-law with my joke, stepbrother, and half-brother. We learned a little bit of small talk questions, like how many brothers and sisters do you have, for example? What do you like to do with your family on the weekends? And we learned my opinion on 2 questions. Now, if you like what I just did, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know if you would like me to continue doing speaking practice with a little bit of vocabulary, and I'm sure this is going to get better as we go. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.